Hello YouTube, this is Shola. So I'm back with creating the stylized character in Maya. In this tutorial, I'm gonna finish up the character. You can see in on my screen. I, I've been able to. I made the socks, I made the shorts, and I made the vest. It's a sweater. It's a turtleneck sweater. So what I did was I actually extracted all these clothes. Aside from the socks, I extracted them from the mesh itself. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now, so we can finish up this series. So I'm gonna select this. I'm gonna select this, this, and this. I'm gonna put them in a layer and hide them out. Okay, select this, and this. Create a new layer. So I'll go to my channel box. So I'll go ahead and say create new layer and assign selected objects. So automatically these objects are in this new layer. So I'm going to name this layer cloths. Okay, so now I'm going to switch it off. Or either ways, if you want to have it as a reference, you can switch it on and switch it on as a reference. Either way. So, but I don't want to see it. It's going to be distracting me. So I'll switch this off, like I said. So the first thing is I'll start with the socks. What I did with the socks was I went to polygons, then I created cylinder. Just create a cylinder of this size. Or better still, instead of using a cylinder, we can just select this mesh, the leg, because the socks has to be the same size with the leg. Then we just create the fold. Now what I'll do is I'll switch to my face mode. Now select all the faces, all these faces. I'll select them. Then I'll just go ahead and say in my edit mesh, I'll go to duplicate face. So duplicate face, I'll click this button right here, so it goes to the middle. Then after that, I'll click the scale. I'm gonna scale it out a little bit. Yeah, something like that. Then I'll switch back to my move tool. Now I can go ahead and select the socks. I'll name it socks. So I'll go to my attribute editor, name it socks. S-O-C-K, sock. Okay. Now I'll move to modify center pivot. So by doing that, I can centralize the pivot, and instead of having it at this point here. Okay, so I'll just move this down. Yes, like this. So now that's how to make a socks. No, just kidding. And so what I'll do next is I'll select all the vertices on top. I'll move them down. Then I'll scale it in, so it tightens, like it's stuck to the leg. We just give it that feel like it's stuck to the leg. Tighten it up. Okay, so there'll be a need to create more edge loops, but for now, let's just keep working with this. I'll switch to my wireframe just to look at how things are going, because we don't want so it's okay like this. I have to scale the inside because the legs become big, so when you look into this place you don't see these empty spaces there. So we scale it up on the inside, then on the side we just scale it in like that. We still need to adjust the vertices, like this vertex. Just move this to the side, move this to the side, move this to this side. That's way too extreme. I went too far. Okay, so I think it's fine like this. I'll just move this forward, just adjust this. Okay, so this, like I said, I'll scale it in. They're supposed to be stuck to the leg like this. So I'll scale it at this point as well. It needs to come out a little bit. So now I can just adjust the vertices individually like this. Okay, so I'll move this out. So now it's time I add more edge loops. So I'll move to my custom. I did taught you how to do this. So if you don't know how to do, put your favorite tools in a custom tab, just watch my previous tutorials. I explained that extensively. Okay, so now I just create edge loops. Put one here. Put one here. So now just go ahead and now I just scale this out. Not too much, but scale it out. Then I need to add an extrusion, so I'll hold Alt and right click, then I'll click extrude, click this button to switch to view, so local, to local instead of view. Then I'll move this down like this, scale it up, press my scale button, yeah. Then I'll press G, that's to repeat the last command, which is extrude. Then I'll do that again. I'll click this button again, scale this in, yeah. So I just bring this down like this. So what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to create the fold, you know, the way you fold your socks. So I'm gonna need to do one more extrusion to pull this up. So I'll just do this, bring this up. Okay, so now if I press 3 to smooth it out, you can see we have a sock. It's looking more like a socks, but we need to tighten it up, because switch to my vertex, just move this in, doing this with my move tool, because we don't want it to look too symmetrical, so we can just pick the vertices one by one and adjust them, instead of just moving everything at once. That looks so perfect. This is the fold, and you know the way cloths behave. So you can make this one very close. Yeah. Okay, so I put that in too much, so bring it out. Yeah, like so. Like this. Bring this down. Bring this down. Okay, so we have our socks. We have our socks. That's how to get that done. It's quite easy. So now we move up, work on the shots. So for the shots, we want it to be this long to the knee. So what I'll do is I'll just right click on this, select the face like we did for the socks, then select the faces till this point, yeah, to this point. So now that that's selected, I'll just go back to my edit mesh and we do the same thing we did. That's duplicate face. So just switch to my scale this out like so. Okay, now that I've extracted the shots, I'm going to delete this part off, the lower part. I don't need it. So I just switch to my face mode, delete this top level as well. So what I have is only this part. So now I can just go ahead and scale this out switch to my vertices. Just kill this. Let's move this like this. So I'll click one vertex and double click on another vertex to select the loop. So I'll just scale this up. Then I can move it around so it can fit. Okay, now I missed something here, so can go in and fix that. Let's select these ones, just bring them down. Nice. Just keep moving vertices till everything looks right. So I mistakenly deleted something here, so what I'll do is I'll just go in, select these 3 edges to make it easier. Now I'll just extrude it once. So by doing this, I've completed the shot, but I need to delete this face as well. Okay, so then I need to merge the vertices. So I'll select this one. So I'll just drag this to this. Drag this to this, and that's it for that part. So I can just go ahead and select that, pull it down, back, then scale it down. Can still move it more. Okay, now the aim here is to make everything be on the same level. Like this, just put this down. Do the same for this part. Yeah, so fix this. So you can see these are just basic forms of modeling. Once you understand what you're doing, it's very easy to fix and get these things done. Okay, so it's looking fine. So as for the shots, I think we're pretty much done with that. So just put this up. So we need to give it some thickness. I need to move this up as well. Move these guys down so they can be on the same level. So I'm going to switch to the front view So these guys are not moving. Okay, so I need to adjust the position of this vertex and make sure it's in the middle like this. Okay, so I just put this in the middle as well. Because if you don't do this, when it's time to mirror and merge, we're gonna have issues with the merge threshold and everything. So we need to properly position the vertices and make sure they're aligned properly to the middle of the character, because it's gonna be mirrored. Going to need to duplicate and mirror it. Okay, so I'm pretty much done with this. Need to style this a little bit more. Just move this in, bring it up. Okay, one more thing I need to do is I said I wanted to add thickness to the shots. So I just go ahead and select all the edges, the border edges here. So I'll just go in and hold my Alt, right click and click extrude. Select local scale. Press G to do that again. Now I want to bring it up. So now we have a thick shot. We have a thick shot. So by the time we press 3 to smooth it out, it's looking okay. So let's scale this in a little bit, yeah. Okay, so another thing we need to do is need to adjust the way this one is going in the shots. Because usually these parts should be out. Okay. Nice. So we're done with the shots. Let's work on the vest. So to do that, we'll just do pretty much what we did with the shot. We'll select the parts that we need. We'll just switch to the face mode. Let's start from here. So let me switch to 1. So I hold my shift while I select. Okay, so hold shift while I select. Just select the parts that I want. Okay, so to this point. Okay, so now that I've marked this out, all I need to do is, okay, since it's gonna be a turtleneck like the one I did before, I'll just select this parts too. Okay, so to this point, go to my, switch to my polygon, edit mesh, duplicate face settings. So duplicate, so that's it. So it's always hard to select duplicated face. You just need to look closely and find it out. But now I found mine, so what I want to do now is I want to move the vertices so it feels like a cloth, because now we're using the actual skin of the character. So what we'll do most of the time is we just scale it out on several axes. So first of all, I want to center the pivot, scale this out like this. I'll do that on top as well, like this. Then I'll just bring it down. So after that, I can start moving the vertices that I want to move. First of all, I want to start moving with this one. So just go in. Let's exclude that one. So I'll bring this out. Bring this out. I select the last ones too and pull them down so they cover the shots. Like that. So I'll select this. Switch to my wireframe. I'll switch back to my shaded mode. I'll just bring this out because I needed that to bring it out, so just keep doing that. Try not to move this one on the hex axis, anything that is in the middle, because of the symmetry we're going to use later on. So I'll just select these ones to push them out, because the cloth won't be that tight, so to make it free on its body. So I need to give it shape. Okay, so you're almost done with these characters cloth. So I'll just select this part, pull it out, and pull this out as well, pull it up, out. So I'll scale this up. Okay, now so shows the hand is coming out of the cloth. So I put this down. Okay, so now we don't really need any vertices here, so I can just press. Why do I keep missing that? Okay, so that doesn't want to go out. So what I did there was I selected the edge, I held Control and I pressed backspace. So it deleted the vertex and the edge at once. So instead of just doing it the normal way, pressing backspace, now you still have the vertex there. So by pressing backspace, Control and backspace, it deletes the edge and the vertex at once. So take note of that. I don't really need anything here, so I don't need. That's a hold Control, press backspace, do that again. So scale this up, then move it up. So because you need to have less polygons as possible. So scale this in. So now it's just more about refinements, and so one more thing I need to do is create a fold here to make it look more like a cloth. I want to create a folders here as well, so I need to work on this one. By now that everything is selected, I'll just hold my shift, right click, extrude. So I need to extrude out like so. Then after that, press G again to repeat the last command. I pull this back, scale it up, just moving things around actually. So I just do one more extrusion, but this time I'm going in. Okay, so to check it out in preview, you can see it's looking too sharp. That's because we need to add a support edge. We need to add a support edge loop around. So switch back to this. Then inside, I just click my edge loop to create an edge loop inside, just to tighten it up, and do that here as well. So let me try press 3 now. So it looks better now. It looks way better. Yeah. So all I need to now add some imperfections to it. I'm gonna add imperfections by moving the vertices around. That's all. So now that I'm done with that, just very basic. Now we'll work on the neck. So select this first, this one, yeah, at one at the edge. Select this edge as well, but before we select this one, we just double click on this one. So instead of just selecting, double click on it. So now we have selected the entire border, or the rim, whatever. So I just hold my shift, right click, extrude one more time. Okay, so just go ahead and scale this out, but it's gonna be tricky without the other side. So what I'll do is I'll just chill till I work on the other side out. Well, till we mirror it, I won't work on that now. Okay, so I won't work on that now until we mirror it. Now, as you can see, we have our shorts, we have our shoe, we have our socks for our character. So now it's time to mirror the character to the other side. Okay, so we're gonna start with the main body itself. So go to mesh, mirror geometry. So we're gonna be working with the next. So make sure merge vertex vertices is selected. So we mirror. By doing this, what it does is it welds the character in the middle and just creates the other side. So cute, so fast. So you see how it works. So you can do the same for this side. So now you know if the edges are not properly in the middle. So we'll just go select this, but before we do that, we need to make sure our pivot is in the middle. So to put our pivot in the middle, what we need to do is I know this manual way of doing it. I don't know if you have a faster way of doing it. I'll just go in and press D, and the moment I press an OD, the transform gizmo changes to this. So I can just move this to the middle. Okay. So I hope it works. I know it's gonna work, but I just hope it's welds it properly. That's what I meant by. Okay, so just push this and just shape it a bit. Shape it. Okay, so okay, so now that we're done with that, can just go ahead and switch to the object mode, mesh, mirror geometry. Make sure merge with original is selected and merge vertices. So I just click mirror, and immediately you can see the result. It's mirrored. Straight up. It's mirrored. So the next thing to mirror is the shots. So we need to be sure if the pivot is in the middle, like we did for. Okay, it's in the middle. So the next thing to do is just go in mesh, mirror geometry, click the settings, then do the same thing. As for this, we need to switch back to press 1 to switch back to this view and make some adjustments. Sorry about that. Now be mindful of the fact that you can't make adjustments on one side. I said you want to use the symmetry tool, but now that I'm not using the symmetry tool, I'll just select both sides and just move it together. Okay, so just select all these ones in the middle and pull them out because of the shape of the back of the character. It's reflecting so much in this on the cloth. Okay, so you can see our cloth is really low poly. Okay, so I need to select one. Okay, there's a problem there, but what I can do is I can just go ahead and delete all the faces on top, like so. Make sure the faces are selected, delete. So now we can pull these edges up, pull them up like this. Like really up. Hold Alt, extrude. Don't forget to switch this. Press G. Switch this again. Pull it down. Scale it. Press G. Okay. So I'm just trying to shape things here, trying to put everything together. Because I want to make it look more like a fold. All I have to do is I'll need to do one more extrusion. So I'll switch back to 1. Okay, so I can pull this up a little bit. So I'm just adding more shapes to it to make it look better. So this is what our character looks like now. So I'm thinking I put this down a little bit more, then add thickness to it. So I'll switch back to 1, switch to my hedge, put it down. Press G one more time. Let's pull this in, then I scale it in. So I want to fix this front, it's looking weird. Okay, so I'm pretty much done with this. Can just make it slimmer. Yeah, so it flows well with the character. So last thing to duplicate is the leg and the shoe. The shoe and the socks. So I'm going to duplicate it as an instance, then duplicate special. So now the problem is it's facing this side, so I'm going to turn the X scale -X. So okay, I think I should just do it the right way. I'll just mesh, geometry. No, well, it's better to duplicate and pull it out. I think I didn't do something to this shoe. Okay, now what I need to do to this shoe is give it this curvature, then pull this in so it shows which is right and which is left. I think I had that issue just now, so I'll just pull this in a little bit and pull this out. Mouse. Okay, and pull this out. Yeah, so now it's much more clearer which is right and left. So first press Ctrl D. Sorry about that. Then press Ctrl D. Edit, duplicate. Now you can see the left leg is been duplicated to this, so need to fix that. So I'll just select this again. Instead of using that method, I'll use the duplicate special. So we're going to tell it to do the opposite of this, so x minus x. Then we'll duplicate. Now moving this out and moving this. So now we have the two legs. Let's look at the socks properly. It's okay. So done with the modeling series. So in our next series, we'll go ahead and start doing the texturing. Then the series that follows, we'll do the animation. We'll just do some basic animation. So the next series will just follow, or we cover basic texturing techniques in Maya. So how we can map this character, give him textures and all. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I would love you can share it with your friends, beginners. You can always learn something new from this as long as you keep watching it. So you can just share with your friends, and if you like this tutorial and you think it's helpful, don't forget to drop a comment below and give me a thumbs up. You can like this video, I would love that. So I'll see you guys next time, next video. So have a great time.